It's a sign one.
You can see it says a meeting right there.
I know, but it's a signed thing. Station agent.
That's for me. Oh, here, pen.
Is this mine? Oh no, I got the exact same thing. No, she's sharp.
I got you.
She's always paying attention. Here, hold this point.
Okay. Point at you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I got a big meeting. Okay, thank you. Oh, you got one too. A meeting has been scheduled for you November 19th at 4. A meeting will be held at Marilla with myself, Jack Efferson, and Transportation Manager from Operations Training. Alan Morgan and Barry Tilson. Any questions?
What does that say?
Wow.
Alan Morgan.
Alan Morgan or Barry Tilson.
You're
What about
retraining
Pete
for
Taylor?
What?
Huh?
They're retraining you for what?
I don't know. Probably. They didn't tell me. I knew that it was there though.
What didn't you do?
I don't know. We'll find out. They won't tell you. You know, they make you wait. See?
Oh, you
They like you to wait.
I'm just, you know what? I'm walking. I just,
No. I always go to my. You got to go when they send you a letter and they make you sign.
And you
Huh?
didn't call your stops good enough.
I
No,
probably
this isn't
did.
it. It's got to do with this thing. This.
No, it's training manager.
Well, I have already checked it out a little bit, and apparently it's something about this. But maybe she's right. Maybe it's.
Hey, do you know what the law? Have you ever looked into the law? What is
Yes,
the law?
of course I have.
Is it legal to video record somebody?
In public, as long as you're in a public place. Yes.
What about on a bus?
Yes, if you're in a public, yes. But TriMet does it. They're
So-
taping it.
So I could record somebody without their knowledge. Voice recording.
Well, TriMet has regulations against it, but the law is not. Yeah, the state law is you can, because you're in a public. They have no expectation of privacy.
Right.
Right. If they have
If
no
you're on a
ex.
phone between privacy between you and
No, phones you can tape too. Believe it or not.
you gotta tell them though.
Nope, that's California, man. It's
You could hold it against them in a court of law.
That's right.
And here
In
it
Oregon, you do not have to tell the other party. I've had a lawyer look into all of this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
really?
California that makes you tell them.
Oh, I see.
Now, if you're in a private situation, you have to
Now,
tell the
what's
people.
TriMet's policy on it?
TriMet says you're not supposed to record anybody without their express permission. That's the exact wording, their express permission.
And this is written down somewhere?
Yeah, it's written down in an HR regulation.
What about take their picture?
I don't know. Yeah, I think you're not supposed to. You could picture, video, audio without their express. That regulation came in lately. It wasn't here until recently, until I started messing around with all this. But so we're gonna have a big meeting, and here it is, right here. So, stay tuned, folks. TriMet Adventures.
You're gonna put that on
Oh,
the
of
blog?
course. I love this stuff, man. I live for this stuff. Well, I've been talking to a lot of drivers, and we definitely are experiencing a TriMet inquisition around the cell phone, on the cell phone or texting. And a lot of the drivers I've talked to are getting accused unjustly of it, and are actually proving to the management that they weren't doing what they were accused of doing at the time they were doing it. And those of us that have been here a while remember that these inquisitions that go on here happen periodically. I remember the double stop inquisition, and then the call stop inquisition, and then the wheelchair tie down inquisition. These inquisitions roll through here every few years. Or the latest thing that they want. And unfortunately, when these things happen, a lot of innocent people get dragged in there too. And it's definitely, I consider it inquisition, because it's like there's just a blanket crazy enforcement of something out of the blue, and there's no real reasonable method in how they implement the inquisition. It's just get everybody you can kind of thing, and it's pretty remarkable actually to have to be part of that. And I'm sure what I'm getting called in for is part of this inquisition. Well, here we are at Willow Creek. It's 8:33, and apparently Jeff Ackerson has been informed as to the nature of the meeting. Now, I had some generalities. I didn't have any specifics. Hopefully I'll have specifics. So we're going to give Jeff a call here. Well, I just got off the phone with Jeff, and we formulated a strategy for the meeting, and there's no doubt in my mind it may not be disciplinary, but it's not friendly. But at least this time I'm not kidnapped and thrown off by the kidnapping type of adventure and not know what you're walking into. This time I know I'm going into a meeting, and I've already had one surprise, and now I'm going to have another one. So we'll I've always wanted to cooperate with my management here. I've always been pro-man. People think I'm against TriMet, and that's completely wrong. I'm completely pro-TriMet. But I also think that TriMet needs to really look at what they're doing. I mean, I want TriMet to be a success, not a failure. And sometimes I worry that some of the things that go on here are not going to lead to our success. And I think that the management does have consciousness. I think they're trying. And last time I went through this, I mean, the director of transportation came back to me later and kind of apologized about the situation. And that was a big person to do that, because a lot of managers would never do that. You know, that would be like beneath them to say, well, maybe we shouldn't handle that way. But she did. And Jeff also mentioned that he was really pleased with the way Peggy is handling the cell phone issues, because they're not out for blood. Apparently they're trying to get people to understand the importance of following the regulations, not using your cell phone when the bus is on the road, and they're counseling people on the first violation, and then after that you get rid of. And some of these transit agencies are firing people right off the bat. So he was real happy with Peggy on that, and that's good to hear that the union is happy with our director of transportation, because that's a key position for us operators. You know, that's the person that's in charge of all the station managers, all the training people, and we need that person to really understand. And Peggy Hansen's been around here a long time. She was a driver. She was a supervisor. She's smart. She's articulate. You know, she knows what she's doing. Then that will trickle down to the other managers, and hopefully things will stay in control here. So we formulated a strategy. You know, I've got nothing against my managers. I'm happy to cooperate with them. You know, I just hope they're not they're seeing all these clips thrown together. These clips that I throw together into these big, long productions are thrown together from all eras of my videotaping, way back before this hysteria, when it was okay for me to operate the camera while the bus was going. And a lot of these clips are all thrown together, and you might see clips of it. Appears that I'm filming in the while the bus is in motion, but that's an old clip that's gotten thrown in. I have literally thousands of these clips, and when I throw these big long movies together, I'm just throwing random clips together into one of these movies. And I have a feeling that might be another issue, is that a clip from before the policy was instituted has gotten put into a recent video.